Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dharam Singh. I'm here with second session of PfMP test series. I hope you can see me and you can hear me all right. You can see my screen. Somebody can say something on the question chat or chat or question. Okay, I think yes, no? Yeah, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining. And it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I mean, in this case, I'm not talking, you're listening to me, but somehow I feel that we are talking. And actually, more discussion we're going to have is beneficial for you. So as I said, this is our second session of PfMP test series. A similar series I've started with PgMP, and parallelly we're going on a PfMP as well. So I can see some people are my students, they have already done the program or doing the program. So anyway, you should never stop learning. And here we are again, once again. So thank you for joining. And the people who don't know me, my name is Dharam Singh, and I have been providing training in project program and portfolio management for, I think, 2009. And it's doing great. I'm very happy with the numbers I'm getting nowadays. With the PfMP, I have now 66 PfMPs, all passed with above target result. So you should not have any doubt. Once you come to my program, you will, once you follow the process, once you start listening to my guidance, you will get the result. That I can tell you. And I can start saying money back guarantee. Anyway, so the idea is not just passing the exam, is about learning. So here I am to tell you how to learn for passing the exam and how to learn to do your job even better. So I have a question pad. You probably see the question pad on one of the sides, one of the link. So you will be using that question pad for answering the questions. And I will request every one of you to participate in the series in the question session so that you will benefit. If you just sit there, watch, you will not get so much value out of it. So let's get started. So yep, we'll talk about a little bit about me, about the program, and how to pass the exam in first attempt. Very, very important. And session overview and the PfMP questions, and of course, how can I help you? So most of you already know me. I started teaching in 2009. I started with PgMP in those days. And while I was preparing for my PgMP, I start teaching. And as of now, I have 338. I think 335 now. I have 338 PgMPs and 47 countries. And with PfMP, as I mentioned, 66 PfMP from, I don't have 14 countries, 15 countries, but it is 100% passed so far. So far, so good. Yay. So you can read other things on the screen, and I am going to guide you with your PfMP or PgMP, PMP, whatever works for you. Yeah, so the question I have is not this is only for PfMP, but if you are interested to talk about PgMP, I will be more than happy to discuss about PgMP, and there are other sessions coming for PgMP similar to this, but I think you can stay with this program and at least learn what is PfMP, and I will share the link with you at a later time. How can you book some time with me so we can talk about specific questions around PgMP? But yes, if you have a question with PgMP as well, I will be more than happy to take that. All right. So I have shared a link. If you this link is all you can note down, or I put that link on the chat. I'm hoping you have access to the chat. Let me share it again, just please. So this is where I've explained all about PfMP, what to do, what not to do. So something similar I have for PgMP. When you are on my YouTube channel, you can also watch If you're interested in PgMP only, you can watch the similar session for PgMP, how to pass, how to prepare, what to do, application process. All these things are already covered in these videos. So I'm not going to go too much into detail of what I have already discussed in this. So if you are interested to know more about PfMP and what books to read, how to prepare, how to write your application, this YouTube channel, this YouTube link can help you. Okay. Okay. So how this program will go? We have 5 questions, and these are unique questions. I'm going to read the entire question, and for you should read it, analyze it, and once you know the answer, you get to the look at the options. Even though you feel that first option is correct, second is correct, but you should read all the 4 options. You never know which one is better unless you read all the 4 options. And try to eliminate as many as you can. There are some elimination techniques which I talk in the class, and using the techniques, you can eliminate some of the options. Hopefully 1, or at least hopefully 2. Maybe if you can eliminate 3 of them, why not? Yeah, and then decide which one is the best option. And again, most of the time, the 2 options or maybe 3 options are very, very close. Unless you know everything about that topic, it is difficult for you to eliminate. So I will emphasize to spend enough time to read the material, to understand the material in detail. Then when you're sitting in front of, when you look at the question, you have no hesitation in picking the right answer. So most of my students are getting the good results by practicing. And when I say 66, most of the people actually completed the exam. I should say around 90% people, they completed the exam in 3 hours, around 3 hours. So the strategy we have is to make you to prepare harder. Okay, to make you over ready. Yes, many people like to be ready, but I want you to be more ready than the real exam. I like you to do some of the toughest questions. I want you to go to the books in more detail. That's where, when I'm talking about Dr. Ginger Levin's book, her book is the one that has the most toughest question, most hardest question, complex question. Many people don't like it, especially when you feel, okay, I'm ready, let me try out the question. And when they tried Ginger's first set, they're scoring 30%, 40%, and they don't like it. They throw the book away. And that is where the problem starts. You didn't like the question, you stop learning. But if okay, I got 30%, that's okay. It's not the real exam. Now what I have to do to overcome these wherever I have weak areas? Then you spend time reading the material and learning, visualizing, think about how the information flow from organization to the portfolio to program project, and you see who has what roles and responsibility. When you start seeing this way, things start becoming easier for you. Take your time to answer the question. Of course, you need to have a good time management skills, and that will also come by practicing good set of questions. Again, Ginger's questions are very useful in terms for realizing or benefiting you from managing the time. Yes, lengthy question, but it still have limited time. You still have to complete. So in your real exam, you might see some question. I'm not going to say all the questions, but some questions are very lengthy, very confusing. How to deal with them? I mean, in today's session, I don't think I have any lengthy question, but in the real, when we go through the class, we have some lengthy question, discuss how to get to the right answer in the shortest time. And remember, we have limited time. If you are not ready to deal with the long question, confusing question, you're going to spend more and more time. And once you decided this is the right choice, of course, you double check it whether you're saying B and you're picking the B. That's where I've seen people making mistakes. You think the B, accidentally marking it C, which is I'm sure you will smart. All right, so let's get started. As I said, I have 5 questions for you, And more than welcome to put your questions and more any doubts, anything about questions about PfMP. I love to discuss here, or you can reach out to me separately. We can talk about that. All right. So drill is I'm going to read the question and look at the options, show it to you, and then you pick the right answer. You take your time. Some questions are going to be one-liner, some questions will be multiple lines, but it's not about the number of lines. It's about the content in that question. Makes sense. Pre-reading is always useful. If you have read the chapter, definitely could add more value to you. So this is very straightforward question. The question is saying portfolio management include process 2. When we talking portfolio management, what a process to identify, categorize, mapping, evaluate, select, prioritize, balance, authorize portfolio components. Identify, categorize, monitor, evaluate, sequence, prioritize, balance, authorize portfolio components. Identify, categorize, mapping, evaluate, sequencing, prioritize, balance, authorize portfolio components. The fourth one is identify, categorize, monitor, evaluate, select, prioritize, balance, and authorize. So this has so many things. The same, one-liner question, but it's very confusing. Unless you know each and everything about the answer, you're going to make a mistake. So let's see who is going to get it right. Your time starts now. Keep going. So please participate. More you participate, more you would learn. Even if you get wrong, doesn't matter. Only person will know is me. All right, I think I should have music keep playing, listening, thinking music. I can see some people are getting right. Few more seconds. So the idea is you should participate, whether you get right or wrong. Even in the exam, there's you don't have negative marking. Even same thing here. Even if you get wrong, doesn't matter. It's about participation. In the real exam, if you leave a question unattempted, then you gain nothing. It's like getting wrong. So always participate. Yeah. So the participation is only just for typing. So you type your answer on the question pad. Sorry, I don't know how I should have any. Yeah, on the question pad, you just put your answer. Okay, and if you have any doubts, you can write there as it is. So if you're not participating so far, please do that. Right, just like you write your question here, Anu, just do the same thing. Put your answer. Yep, good. All right. So I got a number of responses, and let's evaluate. The answer you got is D. If you got D, that means you have learned the topic really well. And as you can see, most of the options are all same. Identify, categorize, within all of them. The difference start coming with mapping, monitor. Mapping, monitor. So option going to be either mapping or monitor. Evaluate is everywhere. Select or sequence. Select or sequence. Then prioritize, balance, or size. So the difference is mapping or select, monitor or sequence. Now, as in the portfolio management, one of the things you do is evaluation. Once the proposals are given to you from the sponsor, you have to evaluate which proposal is the best, which component we're going to select. So hence, the evaluate, select, and the monitor. So once the component started, that's where the monitoring start happening. Okay. Sequencing, yes, it is kind of required, especially when we have the dependency among the components. That will be useful. But between select and sequence, select will be on the better side. Monitor and mapping, maybe you do some mapping as well, but monitor is more much better response than mapping on. Okay, so I hope you got the answer, and even if you got wrong, at least you know why you got wrong. And feel free to put your, concern. Hey, Dharam, I thought C is better or B is better. Why I think B is better or C is better. I like to see that arguments as well if you have particular arguments. All right, good. Good that you have all have participated. I'm very happy with that. Okay, ready for the next question. So you are a portfolio manager of large MNC steel manufacturing company called Steelco Inc. There's no company like that, but I made up a name. As a portfolio manager, you monitor, evaluate, and validate portfolio components with respect to. So you monitor, evaluate, validate the portfolio component. Portfolio component is anything you run under portfolio is a portfolio component. So with respect to cost, benefit, and relationship to the portfolio component, cost, profit, and relationship to the portfolio component, value, profit, and relationship to portfolio component, other portfolio component, and the D is saying value, benefit, and relationship to other portfolio components. Your time starts now. So each word has their own meaning, so please look at them carefully. Keep going. I can see some correct answers. Okay, good. Yeah. So if you're not getting right, doesn't mean that you don't know, just because you have not gone through the chapter. So there's some, if you have done the chapter reading, the question become easier for you. If you're not getting right, that's okay. It's more about, okay, why I'm not getting right, then next time you be more prepared for that chapter. All right, time is almost done. You have a couple more seconds, take more seconds. Feel free to put your answer if you're not done so far. Okay, I think a couple more people are still waiting to answer the question. Please answer. But in the real exam, you're going to probably have 1.5 minutes per question. Try to be ahead of time. So these questions can be easier side. I don't call them as a complex question. But questions are complex or easy depends on how much you know the topic. If you know the topic, questions are easy. So answer for this is, this question is D. Value, benefits, and relationship to other portfolio components. The question is saying, as a portfolio manager, you monitor the performance of the component, evaluate them, validate. What are we doing? We are, as a portfolio manager, we are interested to know the value, how much value generated from these components, how much benefit is generated. There's a very unique relationship between benefit and value. So when you're running a program or project, you're realizing benefits, and more from the program point of view, you're realizing benefit, and portfolio level, you're realizing the value. Value means is the difference between the benefit you realized and investment required. So to achieve a particular benefit, you have to invest some money. The value, you can say, the difference between benefit and the cost of or investment is your is the value. So in the portfolio management, we are not. Yes, we have cost and benefit. We get it wrong because we get excited about cost-benefit relationship. It's not just cost-benefit relationship. It's not cost-profit relationship. It's not just value-profit relationship. It's more about value and benefit. Okay, I hope you're getting something out of this. As I said, if you're not getting right, that doesn't mean that you don't know. It's just you have not gone through the chapter, or you have not started the study. So this can be a time where you can start thinking, okay, hey, I have to read the section number 2.1 of SPM3. And guys, remember that we are talking about SPM3, Standard for Portfolio Management, 3rd edition. And exam is based on 3rd edition, still based on 3rd edition. While 4th edition is also, actually 4th edition is available on PMI website, but please don't download, don't use it, So that is only thing you can get from that is you're going to get negative. Which may result in negative result for you, because you don't. If you're not studying third edition, you studying fourth edition, go to exam, you don't know what is in third edition. So one of the lessons, one thing you can take from this is you're downloading or using the third edition, not the fourth edition. Okay, all right. Ready for third question? Perfect. All right, so you are a portfolio manager of large MNC steel manufacturing company called Steelco. As a portfolio manager, what does not fall in your responsibility? What does not fall in your responsibility? Alignment with organizational strategy and objectives, viability based on KPIs, an acceptable level of risk, value, benefit, and relationship to the other portfolio components, managing the portfolio component. So you have 4 options, and your time starts now. Okay. Yep, I'm start seeing some responses, right? Keep going. Again, this is one question where you need to have pre-reading or some pre-learning. That's where if you're not getting right, doesn't mean anything. But participation is important, guys. When you get wrong, you are eager to know what is right, so that next time when you read the chapter, you know what you're looking in the chapter. All right, keep going, keep going. Plenty of time. The question is asking what does not fall in your responsibility. Always look at sometimes negative or positive question. So careful with the words does not, last, never, least. So they have their meaning. Every word and the question has a meaning. Sometimes when you see lengthy questions, it can be time stop. What? Yeah, I think time is over. But yeah, let's continue. So sometimes when you see lengthy question, it has some extra noise which may not be required. So you need to learn how to read a lengthy question. Okay. So I got responses pretty much from the same people. Okay, so some of them are right, some of them not right. So option A is saying alignment with organizational strategy and objective. Definitely, you have to worry about that. You need to keep looking. Hey, my portfolio is aligned with the portfolio's organizational strategy or not. Viability based on KPIs and acceptable level of risk. So this is another thing, another important responsibility you have. You need to keep an eye on KPI, key performance indicators, and acceptable level of risk. You need to look at KPIs and is the portfolio, the component are still in the acceptable level of risk. C, we already talked about value versus benefit, value and benefit, and relationship of the portfolio component. So answer for this is D. It's saying managing the portfolio component. Remember, the portfolio component is your project, program, operation, or anything that you do in the portfolio. So you have your portfolio component managers, such as project manager, program manager, operation manager. So those are the people responsible to manage those components. You are overseeing or providing oversight, but they are the one who's going to manage the portfolio component. So I think we got 50-50 between B and D. So the correct answer is a D. Okay. Any question, any clarification here? Please put that in your question in your chat box, wherever. Okay. Now, yeah, we have already talked about. Let's not worry about. All right. So maybe next time when you join, look for the next chapter. I'm going with chapter by chapter. So look for the next chapter. The question will be, read it before you come so that you will feel more comfortable. Again, very one-liner question. Once the portfolio component is authorized, who manage portfolio component? All right. Program, a project manager, portfolio managed office, portfolio manager, and the portfolio team. Time starts now. Okay. Good. Keep going. Yeah. I can see some of you have not participated so far. So please participate. You're getting right or wrong doesn't matter. Important is participation. Yeah. I can see two people at least have not participated so far. Please answer. And doesn't matter you're getting right or wrong. 3 more seconds to go. Actually, might start playing with other side. Yeah, the time is over. So this question is straightforward. Actually, I have given you answer in the previous question. So once the portfolio company is authorized, who is going to manage? Of course, the component manager. And the component manager is your program manager or project manager. Or if you mention of operation manager, because the component is also within the portfolio, you have a operation as one of the components. All right, so this is straightforward. If you know, I mean, I don't call it even a medium size. It's a very easy question. All right, I think we are stepping into the last question. All right. Okay, so another one-liner. Organization applies control over component. How do you do that? Component health check, phase gate review, audit, portfolio health check. So it's don't get worried. Dharam, you have all one-liner question, because one-liner question can be more trickier than the lengthy question. So, yep. So what is your answer for this? And I can see at least one person for my current class is you getting all right. So you are paying attention in the class, right? Going. So this is your last question. So please participate. And again, doesn't matter you're getting right or wrong. And as I said, you are getting wrong just not because you don't know, because you have not done the study. So if you have studied the chapter, you know what to do with this question. So when you go for the exam, of course, you will be prepared. So at this stage, probably you didn't know what to expect in this chapter, which chapter you're looking into. So yeah, time over, almost over. Please, if you are not answered, please answer now. Okay. So while it is one-liner, you are not even full one line. This can be a very tricky question, because we need to know all the different things. Component health check. If there is a component health check kind of thing, there is in the project health check is there. Phase gate review, audit, and portfolio health check. So the question is saying organization apply control over component. How? The portfolio, component, they are going through the life cycle, and at the time of, they have multiple phases. When they are moving from one phase to another phase, there is the phase gate review to identify whether to figure out if the component is still within the, the acceptable range. Component going to deliver the benefit. The risk within the component are manageable. Issues are controllable. All these various things we have to see, and you're utilizing the resources properly, utilizing the money properly, and you're still going to track. So at this time, portfolio manager and organization can see how the portfolio components are moving along. If there's any problem, you're going to stop that component. If everything looks good, you give them money or for the next phase. That's how, this is managed. Okay, so this was the last question. I think you got something out of this. I don't know. Please let me know if it's working out for you or not. I'd love to know your feedback. If it's not working out, uh, we probably stop. No, I think I like to continue, and I'm sure it's benefiting to you. So please let me know how you finding these questions, how you finding the learning or discussion. It's not discussion is one side anyway, but when you're in the class, you have opportunity to listen to me, and you have opportunity to talk about that. So these are some numbers. It's a little bit old. It's 1 week old, and now it's 338 PgMPs and 66 PfMP. So I think last 1 week, I have 3 successes, 2 PgMP and 1 PfMP, all from Dubai. I don't know what's happening in Dubai. So all 3 successes, recent ones, are from Dubai. The next PgMP I'm expecting is also coming from Dubai. Okay, all right. And in the meantime, you can see some detail about me and how to book some time with me. And yeah, so okay, the question number 1 I have: if my current job is project management, but I aspire to become portfolio manager, should I do PMP or PfMP? See, this all depends. First of all, do you have eligibility? If you have eligibility only for PMP, then you naturally go for PMP. But if you think that you called as a project manager, but you are working as a portfolio manager, then you can go for PfMP. And you know that doesn't matter what designation you have. You may be project manager, you may be program manager, you are PMO head, you are a CEO, director. But what matters is what exactly you do. Are you running a portfolio? When I say running a portfolio is you are decision maker. You look at the proposals and evaluate, as we saw one of the questions. You analyze it, evaluate it, compare with other components, and then you propose this component is the best component because of ROI and benefit cost ratio or the strategic alignment. If that's the case, then you are a portfolio manager. So if you are playing the role of a portfolio manager, yes, getting into portfolio manager, yes, everybody likes to be there, but going for PfMP depends upon, do you have the required eligibility? So Anu, I will suggest you to book some time with me, and that's a link. You can type it. 15-minute time. We can have discussion around that, and I will. If there's any possibility of going through that stage, I love to take you through. And if I see there's maybe a couple of years of wait, maybe let's work on PMP, then you come to PfMP. So I will give you direction, guidance, whatever is suitable for you, so that you go and achieve your success. So yeah, let's book some time, and I will discuss with you. Okay, so another question I have is, any idea how many people have PMP, PgMP, PfMP? So actually, this is $1 million question. So if you give me $1 million, I will answer this question. Okay, so look, I cannot give you the confirmed number. What I can do, I can tell you, in January, February, I was doing some calculation because this data is not available anywhere. And what I did the back calculation. Okay, how many PfMP we have? At the time, it was 900 something. So out of so many 900 PfMP, how many PgMPs have? It was a very difficult, Excel and all kind of thing I did. So I realized there's around 500 people who have PgMP and PfMP. Then out of 500, so how many have PMP as well? So I think it was around 250 or 260 PMP, PgMP, and PfMP. So let's say next 6 months after that, assuming a lot of people have gone through. So I think around 300, 310, 350 people around the world have PMP, PgMP, and PfMP. So it's not a big number. So if you already done PMP or PgMP, you wanted to be part of the elite group, then go for PfMP as well. Okay. All right. I hope I have done justice to your time, your trust, and if you feel that I'm adding more value, please keep coming to this session, and please book some time with me, join my webinar or mentoring programs, whatever work for you. Okay. And if nothing, just book some time, some discussion, chit chat. Not really. I don't want just chit chat. More about what can you learn from me. Okay. So any other question you have for me? Otherwise, book some time and we will talk.